Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Love Island USA, Season 7, Episode 33. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button before we jump into things. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. So let's get into it. This episode is kind of like meh for me. Like, I keep thinking they're going to send someone home. And then I'm like, they're not? So, like, what are we doing here? Let's, on delay. Pick up the pace.
I'm a little confused. I'm like, did we miss? I don't know what they're doing this season, quite honestly. Because I thought somebody was going to go home tonight. And then the next episode is the final 4 with families. And then, you know, we go into the finale. But, child, who knows? We rolling with it.
Yeah. I wonder, this is my little fangirl theory. My fangirl theory is that maybe Huda and Chris didn't make it, right, into the final 5. But they wanted to see some sort of drama because I want to see, what does Chris's family think about her? You know what I'm saying? And so, like, maybe they set it up to, like, oh, the final 5 families can get together. Not you. Maybe the final 5 families could get together so we can have a little drama and then we'll let them go because otherwise we wouldn't get it and it probably would be a boring episode with just everybody. But even it's probably not boring because I'm excited to see everybody's family. I'm like, what do people think? Like, do they typically bring like parents or do they bring like siblings or one person, the whole family? Like, what? A lot of people was walking in when I saw
Yeah. So last season, people didn't come into the villa. They just had video calls and everybody either had I think everybody had either 2 or 3 people on their video call. Some people only 1. So I don't know if they have a preset list, whoever could actually get off work and come from their list. I'm not sure how it is, but it does seem like everybody, about their whole family this time. Whose family are you most excited to see?
I want to see what the heck. What's your thought? What's the thinking? Where is it? You know, that's what I'm interested to see.
Yeah.
But so, you know, if what my fangirl fiction is like reality, then I'd be like, okay, producers, I see what you did. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
that would be something. I was about to say that's gonna be hilarious, but. No, that might actually be a little scary. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like anybody's parent, well, not anybody's, because we've seen some Love is Blind families that like are not nice, especially Marissa's mom in the last season. Was it last season or the season before the last? I don't know. But most people's families are nice. Even if they don't like someone, like they're nice enough, you know? I don't know. You just have certain characters are not like, you know. But anywho, do you want to get into the episode a little bit?
Yes, let's jump right on in.
They started off with Taylor, leaving. I don't have a lot to say about that. They spent a longer time on that than I would have, but, you know.
They definitely did. Everybody was so dramatic. Ace, when Shelly was like, make sure you cry tonight. I'll cry with you. I'm like, this is too much. Y'all gonna see each other in about a week. I don't have time. Let's move on. They are. I didn't think about that.
But it is. I mean, I feel them because they were friends, but at the same time, it is going to be just
The most surprising thing to me, though, was Huda saying that Taylor was her best guy friend. I was not expecting that.
You remember when, like, he would kept showing up in the doorway when she was trying to have a conversation with Jeremiah. He was like, you know, I could sort of see that because he kept calming her down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, now Chris is playing that role. But before Chris got here, I think it was Taylor, you know? Like, Nick,
you're right.
They were like kind of tag teaming the support, but I think it was like Taylor was a little softer with it and Nick was a little bit more blunt with it, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. He was. And then another thing, I don't know if you saw Clark's go away messages on the phone. You know how they do the phone thing with Shelly? Yeah. I listened to him, and both Amaya and Shelly brought up the fact that Clark led prayer every day, like before they would walk out. And I was like, I don't know why they don't show us this, because I know you mentioned that Ace, that you know, it showed that Ace prays or whatever. And I think in this episode, you can see Ace getting on his knees to pray before they went to bed. So I'm like, why y'all don't show that? I don't know if, religious affiliations and things like that, so I could get it, but at least conversations about it, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real. Because they paint a lot of people in a certain light, and other things might help them have more fans or help them people support them more. People who are also deep into their faith. So
yeah. I don't know if it was Shelly or Amaya that was like, he spoke life into the villa every single day. Like, you gathered the girls. So I was like, that's just all we saw from Clark was.
Yeah, no, she was.
We didn't really see her personality, and that seems like a big part of it.
Yeah, we didn't see her personality much at all. She was very classy. She handled like Taylor had him. For all we have to say about Taylor, he had him a classy moment, because that's one of the things I was noticing and clocking today in this episode. Not that I've never noticed before about Alandria, but I'm like, she's just a very Olivia Pope.
Yes.
Who can
very
shake ass.
Well put together.
She's very classy. She's got a very classy thing to say when people ask her a situation. That time with Taylor was like the only time she really went in, but that was excusable. We all it was just pent up being so this perfect girl, and then it was like pound. Yeah. So I definitely think he's had some connections with some classy ladies. So
yes. Alrighty, so let's get into Ace and Shelly. They got the hideaway. I thought that was cute. When Iris was like, I wanted it. I wanted to be like, girl, first of all, you don't need a hideaway because you booming every night in the room. I'm like, Ace and Shelly deserve this. Yeah, right.
She wanted to let loose.
She did want to let loose.
But I still renew the same thing I said about Amaya. I'm like, it's like you put pressure on people, like, because I promise you, if it was me and I wasn't ready, or if I was like, this is not about to happen right now, it's not about to happen tonight, it's not about to happen on camera, like, whatever I say, I'd have to be like, as soon as we got in there, I'm like, I want to let you down easy right now. Nothing's going to happen. Yeah. But when we get out of here, we can, when we're not on camera, we can explore. But right now, nothing's about to happen. And I would have had to lay that down.
There's people who go into the hideaway and don't have sex.
Okay, well,
yeah, so it has happened.
It's the sex expectation. I felt like Shelly was kind of like hinting at that when she was like, I'm not expecting too much, and then Huda was like, girl, I'm expecting too much, too much, or whatever. So I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm gonna err on the side of they're not gonna have sex. They might fondle a little bit. I don't know, but I don't see Ace or Shelly wanting to have sex on camera.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. But I wonder because they just shut the episode off before they went to bed. So I'm like, if they pick the next episode up just like morning time, then I'm like, okay, maybe they did it.
Yeah.
I did see, it was interesting though. I saw a meme, and I think I posted on the page, and somebody, I guess there was a therapist, I don't know, but it was like, so my clients, it was talking about Alandria and Shelly. It was like, so my clients, they the only two that kept their legs closed.
Oh yeah. Oh no, my clients is the thing everybody is saying for like whoever they support. Yeah, it's like a little thing. I just learned about it through this. Everybody is calling.
Not me being old.
It's new.
I was like, this is.
Yeah, everybody's like, my clients get behind me. So
I ain't got time. I thought maybe this was like a therapist saying, I ain't got time. Look at me. Oh, y'all.
No, girl, you're not behind. It's new, and if it's been around, I'm just figuring it out like a week ago. Like, I don't think it's been around that long. For sure. Okay. Yes, Ace, like we have said before, he has his challenges, but he is a man who truly shows the potential. Sometimes you see potential in a man because it's what you would do in situations. Like, you are projecting what your potential is onto somebody else, but it's not their actual potential. Like,
Alandria was doing that with Taylor. But go ahead. I ain't mean it.
Yes. But Ace actually has the potential because he speaks and he moves consistently. You know what I'm saying? And he moves intentionally, and not intentionally to... He does want to get his way, but I feel like it's intentional with consideration. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
he wants to make someone feel special. Like, that's what I got from it. Like, when he ran out, that was what he ran out there for. He left something in his suitcase. Where he going? Then he was like drawing a heart. I was like, this right here. This is why I ain't never gonna, like I said this before, you can't count Ace out. Like, I'm never gonna paint him with such a broad brush. Like, a lot of people, I feel like this season have done that. Like, it feels like no one has any sense of nuance or seeing the details except the Huda stands when it comes to Huda. You get what I'm saying? And like, they want to see all the little points, but can't see the big fucking point.
Yeah.
But they want to do all these little points. But with him, it's like people are just being like, oh, they cast him aside. And it's like, he got his stuff. Not saying he doesn't, but he's got a good solid shell of a man there. He's just got some growing to do. And I remember I saw something on Threads. Somebody was like, do we forget that Ace is only 22? And I'm like, I did forget, because that's like, I have brothers that are 25 and 29. I'm like, this 22-year-old, I feel like he's mature for a 22-year-old. Personally.
Absolutely, he's definitely above.
And I'm not saying my brothers are not mature. I'm just saying, like, gauging him compared to where they are, I would say he's mature for a 22-year-old.
But we forget he's 22 because he does not act like a 22-year-old. Like, 22 is like shy of 21. Like, that's like big. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of how you expect somebody to show up at that age. And yeah, you could just tell he comes from a good, loving family, and he has good, solid values, and he moves with those, because the speech, even how he helped Shelly up the stairs so that she can see the heart, you know, with the elevated view. I was like, that is so cute. Like, it's the little things.
It's romantic.
It was very romantic. And the fact that he used that time to ask to be exclusive, I was like, okay, the boys this season is coming hard. They like closed off. We're not doing that. I mean, Nick did it, but like you closed off is usually the vocabulary the men use in the Love Island experience. And so them saying exclusive leads me to believe they are truly intentional about taking this relationship outside of here. It's not just, oh, I don't want you to explore with anybody else. I don't want to explore with anybody else. This is like, and he said it in his speech, like, what did he say? Imagining your artistry with someone in this villa and in the outside real world, that's simply a picture I just can't paint. So, baby.
That's funny. Yeah, when he whipped out that phone, I forget sometimes that they actually can use they have these phones. I know they get a text, but it feels like a flip phone or like whatever. But I'm like, there's a notes app. He's out here being productive with his little I got a text phone. And so I was like, this is really cute. I also like the fact that, like, it's just, he took the time to think about doing that and writing it. I was like, oh, this is cute. Like, I wasn't a fan of it, you know, per se. But that's just me. Like, in terms of, like, I didn't think it was the best poem. But
I thought like, it was cute. Whatever it was. I thought it was
but it's like it don't matter. It don't matter. What I think, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
the intention behind it.
Yes. And so it's like, I don't say that to throw anything on it. I say that because that's just my personal feelings, but I also wanted to kind of juxtapose that with the fact that, like, I loved it. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I wasn't thinking that the words were great, but I loved it, and it warmed my heart and stuff like that. So it's just a testament to, like, you ain't always got to do everything and be perfect, but it's like when you bring an energy is great. And the other thing, it made me think about, like, last episode you said, or one of these other episodes, you were like, Ace has single-handedly elevated the dating experience in Love Island, and like, this season, I ain't watched the past seasons, but this season, it's like he done made all the guys
Love Island history. Truly.
Oh, really? Okay.
Truly. Yeah, like, I even wrote down. Yeah, no, I even wrote down, like, him getting everybody up, getting all the men up to make sure they go make breakfast. Like, that's just something we don't see.
Oh, so that wasn't in past Love Island?
No, like, they get up and do it, but him making sure, like, let's get up, let's go make breakfast. Like, they're making breakfast as a community to make sure everyone is fed. Like, it's his approach to it that we haven't seen.
Yeah. No, all of that to me is just like, it speaks to a lot, and people really, you know, shit on him, and I think it's like, it's a lot of times people, their own ego, don't realize they can't be in the same space with somebody else who has a big ego, because he do got that. But at the same time, it's like he's got a lot of other good things. Like, none of us are all one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best of us, like me, you, we got our shit. You know what I mean? The best of us are multiple things. And I feel like people, you know, cast a broad brush and don't allow, you know, there to be those, you know, layers. And so I don't know, I like that.
Yeah, agreed. And I will also say about Ace, like, I feel like out of everyone in terms of having a growth story, he has one.
Mm,
Because in the
mm,
beginning, he was doing a lot of things that, like, were borderline, seemingly manipulative. You weren't sure
mm,
what his intentions were, but it's
mm,
like
mm,
as he has developed and let these walls down, you
mm,
truly see the type of lover he wants to be, that he
mm,
prefers to be, and it's
mm,
like
mm,
it's very clear that he just needs the right woman that will allow him to bring that
mm,
side out. You know what I'm saying? And I think
mm. Where
Shelly
he can
does
be
that,
safe.
where he
Yeah.
can be safe, right? To like give his heart up.
Mm-hmm.
Um so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful things. Beautiful things. Definitely love. What they call them,
Mm-hmm.
Shalace. They call each other Chase. I think Chase is
I
cuter,
know.
but
Me
Shalace
too,
also do.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, everybody is coming up with their names, but they don't know what America is calling them. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
Alandria was like, he said like
Uh-huh.
Nick, whatever he say, Nick Andrea, something like that, but he don't know it's Nick Alandria. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They do
uh,
that at Big Brother too. I can't remember what it was like, but they'll have names and then they'll come out and they'll be like, "Oh, America was calling us this."
yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Speaking of Nick Alandria, do we want to move on to them?
Yes,
Your
yes. We
thoughts? I'll
got.
let you go. You're a shipper.
I
Shippers
said
have the
we
floor.
got another. I got a little teenage feeling. I was like, I'm glad you're acknowledging these flutters, like you are a little teenage boy, because that is what it's giving when you say it. It be giving my first time liking a girl, like pinch me.
Mm.
But yes, I'm most excited for Nick's parents to come in and then give
Mm.
their opinion on what they thought about him and Alandria from the start. So this
So,
this is the
okay, wait.
parent.
So the parents just come in and they say all they feel. They just they they come in there and give them a piece of their mind.
Not like a lot, not a huge piece, because they can't go in and say like America says this and America says this, but they can say like I like her because and da 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 da, and I see you doing this and I see this, so they can give an actual opinion of what they think
Mm-hmm.
about the union, but I don't think they
Mm.
can tell them what the perception and what social media is saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll be excited to see that too as well. But I will say, like, for me, I'm not a shipper. I don't think I will be. Like, if I can't see it on this episode, I don't think I'm gonna see it. And it's not that I don't see that there's something possibly. It's just too many unanswered questions for me. Like,
Yeah,
I am a person who, like, I gotta see the unanswered questions, the loose ends, they gotta be tied. I need to
yeah,
see, you know what I'm saying? And so there's something still out there for me. It feels like you liked Sierra. I feel like he liked Sierra. And
yeah,
so how do you go from that and then just flip into this? Now, granted, they have not been in there forever, but they have been in there 24 hours a day, and that's just very different. Like, I've been places where I've been like as an adult for a week and just no technology, no outside world, and that felt totally different. They have been there for what, 6 weeks?
yeah.
It's a lot. But there's just something about him spending 5 of those weeks with Sierra, and it's like, what's happening with those feelings? I think I'd love to hear him talk about it personally, because
Yeah,
it feels like disingenuous to have us sit here and talk about this Nicolandria thing, but it's like
to ignore
it's
the
like
seer of it all.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like no matter what he thinks about Sierra, you're still going to be processing some emotions, I feel like, from the loss of the person, no matter what they said, no matter if it's super egregious, you get what I'm saying? Like the
yeah.
worst possible thing they could do, like talk about you, play you, you get what I'm saying, in front of America, you still going to have some grieving around that. So it's giving me like, I think Alandria is all in. I'm still unclear about Nick. And that's where I always hold up the stop sign for my shipper allegiance when I don't understand what's going on with the guy. So,
Yeah. I will say, I think this episode, like, if there was a couple of anchors on my Alandria ship, I think this episode and last episode, a few have fallen off. And
really? Okay.
in this episode specifically, when he was like, he knows they're not just friends because I don't do certain things with people who are my friend, But is the flame there? It felt like there was still some hesitation on his part. And also, too, when he was like, I don't want to put a label on it. And it's like, well, this isn't a space where you need necessarily like a label, right? The label is you're in a couple. So what does that, what does that mean, like, cognitively for you in terms of this romantic experience that you're having with Alandria? And then it's like, you keep talking about like these flutters and stuff. I'm like, is this still like, is this a lust thing? Is this a like thing? Like, you know, what is it? You know what I'm saying? You know, last episode, I'm like, I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like this episode, I'm like leading into like, is this a friends with benefits? Is this a, you know, I'm not all the way sure. I'm not all the way sure. And it's like, I really want to be anchored and rooted in the Nick Alandria ship. But these last two episodes definitely got my waters rocking.
That's interesting. Yeah. For me, it is giving something like, because I do think he's attracted to her and I do think he has a good friendship with her. I think he's kind of like, I don't know if I want that to be in a relationship. So it's giving, like you said, friends with benefits or something like where we don't have to deal with the emotional side of it. But I definitely, you know, want to do some things with you. But like, then we can be hee ha ha friends.
Right.
So that's what it's giving for me. But also, it could be dead wrong, you know? Yeah. So who knows? The one thing I will say about Nick is that like in the challenge, he a little trip. He kind of like his eyes get different in the challenges. What's happening here? Like,
John, he said, I ain't kissed this woman since Soul Ties. This is my chance.
He just the whole thing. Like, as soon as when he came down the pole, he was just like them eyes. I'm like, what is happening, Nick?
Freako
like,
Nico, okay?
I guess that's what
Nico.
Girl, they probably hiding some. You know, the producers want to show us what they want to show us, but they probably clipping some of the Nick shit that's been happening because the way he came down he was like the eyes. I'm like, what's happening here, Betty? You okay? But yeah.
Just don't
anything
treat
else
my
on
girl
Nick
like a piece of meat. That's it.
Right. Right. Huda and Chris. Where are we at with this? Like, girl, they confused me further today. I'm sorry. Like, especially Chris. And it's like, the only thing I can make it make sense is that, like, Chris is just someone who will be, like, a guy who will be miserable.
Yeah.
Because he's physically attracted to a woman. Yeah. And I think it works in the reverse. Like, we as women will do it sometimes in the sense of, like, we may be in a horrible relationship, but because our heart is like just deep. So loving this person and the emotions are deep, will stay. It makes me think of that little social media clip where the girl's like crying on the phone and she's like, oh my God, I can't take this shit no more. And then her friend is like, well then leave. You ain't got to deal with this. Like, and she was like, what? And it's like,
I ain't seen that, but that's real.
Yeah, like people dub it and make stuff out of it, but she's just like, leave. You ain't got to be with this. And she was like, I don't want to do it. She's like, well, leave. And then she's like, because nobody wants to do that step because they don't want to not have the heart feeling that they have with this guy. But in reverse, this is what it feels like he's doing because he just looks a little, he looks not happy. And if he wants to stay there, that's his choice. But he just looks a little not happy, and so it feels like he's not connecting the dots around it all because it's like you see it all. You see it. You're right there. Like, what's happening? What's happening in here? But yeah. What can you do? People, like I said, people learn their own lessons.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was further confused. I was not sure why Chris, like, just didn't say... Because I feel like, again, it's not the kissing. Like, just say you have an issue with somebody telling you that there's a boundary in one place that does not align with your boundary in another. Like, just say that does not line up. And I mean, I did commend him though when he was like, there's no need to go back into it because all you're doing is saying the same thing that you said before. And I don't understand it. So there's no need to go back and forth. So let's just move on from it. Mm-hmm. And I commended her for saying, I need more in these areas, words of affirmation, acts of service. And then I was hoping that the conversation was going to wrap back up with, okay, I don't mind doing this for you if this is what you need, more of from me? If me doing this for you, does this mean that we're going to be able to elevate our intimacy and our physical connection to the point where, you know, you're not feeling some type of way, kissing me outside of the bedroom, if that's something that he really wants? Like, that's how I was expecting the conversation to wrap up, but he just folded. It was like, sure, I'll do that. And I'm like, okay, Chris, you still don't have what you want in this situation. So again, it's you accommodating and then not speaking up for yourself and setting boundaries for yourself. And then I'm like, this would have been the perfect time to kiss. No one is watching y'all. Y'all are off in a corner by yourself.
He probably didn't feel like kissing, just to be honest. He didn't seem like he felt like kissing.
I mean, I do think he, like he said, I'm checked out. He said in this conversation, and I'm like, I think Huda's reading this right, the entire situation. But yeah, child, this is not going to work on the outside world. I think that's very clear. So
absolutely. It's like, even if they push through it, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, and I think to be honest, not trying to ease up on the Huda, but it's both of them. Like,
it's both of them.
It's both of them. Like, and it is her. So it is her. Like, I need people to understand that there's a pattern.
Right.
Okay. But it is him also in the sense of this avoidant energy. Like, my mom used to always say this thing, like, it takes two to tango. And so you sitting here entangled with this other person saying like them. And it's like all of it, you are a match for them. So you need to figure out what you need to work on. And in this situation with Chris, he's a match for Huda because he's one, avoidant, two, accommodating, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like it's not going to bode well for him to be in a situation with anybody where he's not articulating what's wrong with him. And it's also on both of their parts not assessing like, look, it's a little bit like this whole situation is a lot. It doesn't make me feel great. So honor that, honor that. Like, even in Huda, like, if I were Huda, the fact that you got to keep asking this man, do you want to break it off? Are you ready to end it? You're sensing something from him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And as not of a Huda fan as I am, at the end of the day, she still has to protect herself and honor herself. And so she should be honoring that feeling that says something about this man is not all in with me. I don't need to keep asking him what's going on. I don't need to keep asking him if it's a deal breaker. It doesn't feel reassuring to me. It doesn't feel like home, like I want to sit in this shit. It feels like, are you about to leave? Are you about to leave? That's what it feels like. So she needs to honor that in herself. So both of them, to me, it's a lot going on, and they both,
which is very triggering for her. So it's almost like they're no longer a good match for each other. I feel like if Chris would have spoken up a little bit earlier in their connection, maybe they could have been able to get through some things. But it's not going to go well because in Huda's mind, Chris has shown and displayed signs that means he's going to leave because her brain is constantly in defense and attack mode. So she doesn't see like reality for reality. She doesn't hear things like, okay, I'm done with this conversation. She hears, oh, you're done with me. And so I think if Chris would have did what I thought he was going to do and speak up in the beginning, I feel like they could have actually progressed a little bit further. But now I feel like this is no longer a safe space for Huda. It's not a safe space for Chris. And hopefully when this shit is over, they go their separate ways, be friends, and move on.
Yeah. And I renew my thing. I don't know if it's the Huda of it all, but it's something about Chris that's giving... Does he deal with depression? I don't know. But it may be Huda. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, you can definitely tell Chris's emotional boat, like, it gets rocked a little easy. Like, he, even if he's saying, like, I'm good, I don't bring in yesterday's emotions into today, it's like you still have a very, like, melancholy, like, low affect about yourself that doesn't bring energy and spark and liveliness, So I don't know. I don't know if it is just he's exhausted and he's not speaking up for himself. But then again, you're doing a huge disservice to yourself if you see that it's getting you out of your character. If you're usually somebody who is lively and bubbly, and you see that Huda is not allowing you to be yourself because she takes so much out of you, stop playing into it. Like, or this is just you. And if it is just you, child, we got some work to do because don't nobody want a Debbie Downer around them all the time.
No, yeah, I feel you. But one thing I do want to say before we move on, when he said, make it make sense, you will have sex with me in a room full of people, but you will not kiss me in public. Make it make sense. I was like, we've been all day, not all us all day, but every time I get a notification, we've been in the comments seeing other people try to tell the hood stands that we done said it a few times. Sometimes I just let the comments pass if I see it. I know sometimes I see that you respond, I respond. It's like I see people saying this left and right. Like they say she private, she don't wanna, she's reserved, but you in a room having sex, like
not with one person,
make sense.
2 people in the matter of 6 weeks. Yeah, this ain't to slut shame or none of that. Like for real, like honestly. But you are a private person who does not like PDA. You did all of that with Jeremiah. Y'all had sex. And let's not forget the crash outs. After you told that man, don't speak to nobody about our issues, but you go around trying to alter everyone's perception of Jeremiah. You're allowed to talk about your issues. You're allowed to have public displays of your anger, your sadness, your happiness, and whatever it is that you're feeling with a man, but you can't kiss this man. It makes no sense. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, no. It didn't make sense, and I'm so glad he said it very clearly. It felt like he was like, every time he starts to have the conversation with her about it, it does feel like he's like, look, it feels like you're gaslighting me. Yeah. And I don't want to go down that road because it just doesn't make sense. So let's just stop. That's how it feels like. Because it seems like he tries to get past it by acting like it didn't exist. Right. And it feels like every time she brings the conversation up, like she's someone who needs to have closure. I'm like that. And so I understand it. But every time she brings it up, seeking that, I feel like he is like demystified. Like, you're bringing me back into this moment where you're gaslighting me. Like, I feel like that's the realization dawns on him again, that it's like, this is some fucked up shit. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's that. We had a little bit of Iris and Pepe time, just a little bit more than usual. They probably was like, let's not, we can't give him not a fighting chance.
Child. Yeah, I keep wanting to have something to say about Iris and Pepe, but I just don't. I did find out through social media that she is Chilean and white. I was like, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, they're so new with no, like, we didn't really see their friendship like we saw Nick and Alandria's friendship. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have too much to say about them, honestly. You got anything? No. I like them both as individuals. Like, that's about it. Should we move on to Amaya and Brian? Yes. Yeah, I thought it was. I didn't have too much on them. I did think it was cute that Amaya and Brian helped Huda and Chris set that up. I think it. You always want your friends to step in, especially if they support your relationship. And Chris is a good guy. Hood is not a bad person. She has her flaws, but I think Amaya understands her and advocates for her, and Huda understands that. So I thought that was really cute. I also liked when Brian was asking Amaya, how do you like your coffee? And he was like, you look really cute, by the way. You look really pretty in the morning. That was cute.
No, yeah, that was cute. Her helping them do that thing, I was like, okay, all right, okay. This one, when other people want to make it work more than y'all do, that was what it gave me.
That part. That's true now. That's
neither
true.
here nor there. Anywho.
A bar. Message.
But I think they have good energy. Brian, I'm still on the same as I was last episode. Like, he's kind of just, I'm not sure, I can't read him as much. And Amaya, of course, is super authentic. Like, I loved her being like, she's like, girl, I might have to take a number 2 and I don't need you out there. I was like, okay, keep it real, Amaya. So I like that. But outside of that, I really don't have anything else to say about them too. Like, You know, they are kind of just floating along. Don't seem like there are any hiccups right now. So that's a good sign. But yeah, are they the last couple? Do we have anything else after them?
Nope, that was all. So we can head on out. If y'all don't know, we will be covering Beyond the Villa. So stick with us through that. And also, Big Brother, if you like Love Island, I promise you, you will like Big Brother.
Well, don't we promise?
Shows. Yeah, well,
but no,
it's promise. I loosely promise, but I'm betting on this at a good 75%. Yeah. Okay.
And if you like competition, like if the traders or like, you know, different shows that are competition based speak to you, Big Brother is like a combination of like strategy and like a little Love Island. They be having couples that are like, they got like about 9 or 10 couples that are married. I've not seen any divorces from any of these Big Brother couples. They got kids, you know, I think this is where I don't know for sure, certain, but I think Love Island was birthed out of Big Brother and all the romances that came from it. Like, there's so many. There's so many.
Yeah. Yes, it is very similar. I think y'all will definitely enjoy it. So watch it and come and recap with us because we'll be recapping. Yes. That is all. Make sure you hit that like button, the subscribe button, and share it with a friend. And again, we will catch y'all later.
Yeah,
all right. Bye.